Sometimes in the LEXUS GX460 or the Toyota 4Runner Limited, it's difficult to unlock the vehicle's center differential. You have the center differential locked, then you go to unlock it, and the center differential light will flash and you'll be unable to unlock it. Also, sometimes when you unlock it, there'll be a clunk. Today, I'm going to address the issue of how to unlock your LEXUS GX460 Center Differential when it won't unlock, and why that clunk happens and how to prevent it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to jump right into how do you unlock this center differential if it won't unlock and the light on the dash flashes and you hit the unlock button and nothing's happening, the light's just flashing. First I'll give you the solution, then we'll talk about the logic behind the solution. The solution is to simply roll backwards, put it in reverse a little bit, roll back like less than a foot, 6 inches maybe, sometimes even less, put it back in neutral, and then hit the unlock button again, and that will 9 times out of 10 unlock it. There's also an issue of a clunk that happens sometimes when you unlock your center differential. You'll hear this, this low-pitched clunk. In order to solve that, simply do the same thing. If you've been driving forward for off-road with the center diff locked and you come to a stop, put it in reverse, and then put it in neutral, then unlock it. You won't hear the clunk anymore, and you won't have any issues of it not unlocking. Now let's go over the logic of why does this even happen to begin with. Essentially, when you go off-road, you hit the center locker, you got it locked up, and the center differential locks, and your wheels, you're going forward most of the time, so essentially the driveline gets binded, if you will. There's tension going in the forward direction. And again, these are oversimplifications. The point is, once it's locked and you're going forward, it's kind of bound in that forward position. So when you want to unlock it, there's this kind of tension on the system here, and it can't pull apart because it's locked in this radial or rotational direction, okay? So essentially it's just bound up because you've been driving forward with the center diff lock. So when you drive backwards, when you hit it, put it in reverse, you're essentially taking off that rotational tension on the system by going backwards, and it kind of frees it up a little bit. Now it can separate. That's it. That's the logic behind it. Now sometimes driving backwards won't work and you got to drive forwards, and it's the same principle. Let's say you're off-road, you don't have your center diff locked, and or you do have it locked and you're going, you see your buddy or someone's stuck, so you back up with your diff locked. Okay, so you're going in reverse now with the diff lock. It's going to get kind of bound up in the reverse direction, rotational direction, if you will. So if you go to unlock it for some reason right then and there, and you don't drive forward, it's basically going to be stuck, or the light will flash until you drive forward. So if any of my babbling didn't make sense, you've got to, quote, unbind it by driving the opposite direction of where you were driving the most. I hope that makes sense. If none of that made sense, most people, when they're going to unlock the diff, have been driving forward with it locked. So simply unbind it a little bit by kicking it backwards, put it back in the neutral, and then unlock it, and that will unlock it, and it'll also get rid of that clunk. The clunk that you sometimes hear when you unlock the diff is that the sound of that tension breaking away. So it's got tension on it, but it can still unlock, but you'll hear this rubbing, which sounds like a thunk. So I hope all this babbling made sense. It's really easy to do, but it can be stressful when you go off-road or you're new to locking and unlocking a diff and the thing is flashing at you and you don't know what to do. It actually says, buried deep within the LEXUS manual, to drive it in reverse to unlock it in most situations. So it is actually in the manual, but it can be confusing, and LEXUS certainly doesn't make it crystal clear about why this happens. So it's just a little bit of binding in the driveline. Just work it back and forth, unlock it, and you should be good to go. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a great, great day.
shouted, it's the funky lesson 1 to the grill. I should have known that something wasn't right in walking. The biggity boom was just ticking and clocking. A nice boy in plaid is passed from his dad. Another straight in the fight man, but he wasn't from the right clan. Stop all the nonsense, defense is my defense. Oh yeah. I know the mode is daily dense. Time has passed on, but it's been a million days. We're still nice and divided, running round in haze. Nothing divided. Nothing divided from the century of the cool cat. Deep down with the clean of the hot hat. Flip that bass and then they knocking at my door.